the hope of becoming a champion.
Oh my God.
Now only 4 remain. Who will win the trophy, the title, and all of the treasure? It's time to find out. Welcome to the PokerStars.net Caribbean adventure from Paradise Island in the Bahamas. While there's a wealth of fun activities to be had here above water, it's the different things you can see below the water that make Atlantis so unique.
Ah, the shark. The oceans are teeming with a wide variety of aquatic life, many which can be found here at Atlantis. But it is the shark that reigns supreme, as there is only one predator to be found at the top of the food chain. And today there's only one poker player who will come out on top, because we're on the verge of crowning our main event champion.
Over 1,500 players travelled here to test the waters and be a part of poker history. It was a staggering prize pool of almost $15 million, 2.2 of which will go to the winner. 5 grueling days of play to get down to the final table. We started with 8, but after some exciting play...
All in. I'm all in. I'm all in.
And the eliminations of Thomas Corral, Zach Goldberg, Olga Ruben and Ryan D'Angelo, we're now down to our final 4. Barry Shulman is the elder statesman here and has more final table experience than the other 4 players combined.
All in.
But will it be enough to give him the edge? He's currently our short stack with just over 3 million in chips.
I always try to have a game that reacts to the other people's game.
Benjamin Zamani, a 23-year-old online pro, still has a lot of work to do with just under 4.5 million chips. And 19-year-old Harrison Gimbel could become the youngest PCA main event champion ever. He has almost 14.5 million in chips.
I really have one goal in mind, and that's really to win. I want the $2,200,000.
And our current chip leader is 21-year-old Ty Ryman. He too has a chance to become the youngest PCA main event champion. He's currently in the lead with just under 23.5 million. Let's get to the table.
Gavin Griffin sits alongside me, James Hartigan, as 4 players compete for this trophy and first prize of $2.2 million. The oldest player at the table is this guy, Barry Shulman. Anxious to move up the leaderboard, he is the short man right now, being supported by his wife Alan and other members of the Shulman family. The rest of the crowd look on in anticipation. And those are the chips of our chip leader, Ty Ryman.
Where from, Ty?
Peoria, Illinois.
Peoria? Where's that?
Illinois, like Midwest. And now, you know where Champaign is?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's like an hour south, a couple hours south of Chicago.
You go to school?
I tried like 3 years ago and I dropped out first semester.
Despite what Ty says, stay at school, kids.
And I think Barry was bluffing. He's never heard of Champagne.
I'm from the Chicago area, and most people that I know haven't heard of Champagne.
Ryman's going to be first to act. 160,000 is the size of the big blind. He's not going to call, he's going to raise. He makes it 360 to go. 360. It's ace-10 for Harrison Gimbel.
I think Barry was mistaken. I think he thought Ty said, "Do you drink champagne?"
Harrison's going to call.
In large quantities, I'd imagine.
He's looking to pop a few bottles after this final table. He'll have 2.2 million if he wins to do it with.
So heads up to the flop. Gimbel's ace-10, Ryman's ace-9.
Gimbel with the positional advantage and with the hand advantage. What a flop. The only way Ty gets any piece of this pot is if the case ace comes on the turn, then he gets to chop it.
Turns the jack of spades. Ty checks.
Gimbel fires on the turn. Please call. Please call.
Ty thinks his ace is best. Maybe he puts Gimbal on a jack, maybe a flush draw. He certainly doesn't put him on tens full.
River's a jack of diamonds.
Check.
Kyle, check.
Ryman, having checked all 3 streets, has managed to ensure that he's not going to lose too much in this hand, but certainly is going to pay that bet off.
Yeah, if he calls here, he's losing the minimum. Gimbal with a nice size value bet there. I think it's just about the amount that Ty will pay off.
Ace 10.
Ace 10.
Ace of clubs,
Do you have the other turn?
Out an ace. Flop the vote.
Loving it. Loving it.
Nice hand.
Ryman still with the chip lead.
I probably could have gotten more chips out of that, probably.
Gimbal now sitting on more than 16 million. And the blinds are up. We're now playing 100, 200,000 with a 20,000 ante.
Putting a bit more pressure on Barry Shulman with under 3 million.
He's folded under the gun. Zamani on the button. Folds the 7-8.
Leaving our 2 big stacks to clash again.
Battle of the blinds. Ty Ryman calling from the small with Jack 6. And with Ace 5. Gimbal will check his option. Well, the flush draw for Ryman.
That flop gives Ty a lot of winning cards and a lot of winning combinations where he can bet and win this pot off of Gimbal, who only has ace high at this point.
Harrison bets 200.
It's Gimbal who bets. And Ryman just calls. In that spot, would you be tempted to check raise?
Yeah, I think it's a good spot to try to check raise, represent a 7.
And the ace on the turn gives Gimbal a firm lead. Ryman checks again.
Gimbal, having bet the flop, probably going to bet the turn here. He wants to get a little bit of value from a flush draw, wants to protect from a flush draw if Ty has that.
$500,000 into a pot of just under $1 million. And now Ryman counting out chips for a raise. He didn't do it on the flop. Looks like he is going to do it on the turn.
And see, now he's representing the 7. He check called the flop. Now he's check raising the turn. Looks a lot like a 7 to Gimbal, I would think.
Call.
Gimbal makes the call.
He stands firm. He's putting him on a flush draw, 5-6. Possibly even putting him on air.
Well, if he puts him on the flush draw, he'll see that just got there.
The flush got there, 5-6 got there. Harrison doesn't really beat much at this point. He can only beat a stone bluff.
Ryman makes it 1.85 million.
I call 11 ace.
And Gimbal makes a very quick call.
Yeah, surprising call.
Yeah.
As I said, every draw got there on the river. He really has to put Ty on exactly air to call.
Nice hand.
Say it like you mean it, Harrison. Ryman moves further in front.
All day long.
Very proud of you. Yeah. Yeah. Get some cards and you don't have a shot, honey.
I think he knows that.
Well, his eye is very good.
And he has got a lot of chips. But you can't discount the Barry-licious Mr. Shulman. Although obviously you have to make Ty Ryman favourite right now.
Welcome back to Atlantis here on Paradise Island.
While there are many attractions both outside and in, the big one remains the PokerStars.net Caribbean Adventure main event, where 4 players still hope to be the last one standing.
So, let's get back to the action.
Well, there's the trophy that these 4 players are hoping to take home tonight, along with $2.2 million. That's what first place pays. Let's have a look at where they currently stand in chips. Ty Ryman way out in front with 26 million, more than a 2-to-1 chip lead over Harrison Gimbel. Shulman brings up the rear with just shy of 3 million. The blinds at 100 and 200,000. It's kind of shoving time for Barry.
Barry's in that short stack danger zone. He's got about 15 big blinds. I expect to see him pick a hand and go with it pretty soon.
It'll be Zamani who opens this one with a min raise to 400,000. And small blind, Gimbel has 8s.
How much are you playing?
5.2.
I'm all in.
Meaning I'll put you all in.
And he's trying to leverage Barry's short stack against Ben.
This is pretty close.
Action stack to Ben.
It's pretty close.
I think Zamani could find a fold here.
It's actually like 55 more. It still feels good. Gonna regret this one either way. I call.
And puts himself at risk.
Pocket 8s.
Ben's going to call.
What?
Calling.
A lot of excitement on the rail as they see it to race.
Good luck, gentlemen. Good luck.
Harrison hasn't covered. Harrison has a pair of 8s.
Anyone fold an ace or a 10?
Ben has an ace of hearts, 10 and 9.
All is out to live.
Harrison has an
Ace or a 10?
Good luck to both of you.
You say you had like 5-5?
What?
You have like 5-5?
Send it over.
Are you that confident?
Wow.
Man.
That's pretty strong.
All right. But I have to remember that I don't lose flips. Like, I have to get in that mindset right now.
And we can have the flop, please.
Let's go, Ben.
Oh, he doesn't lose flips, does he? A set of 8s on the flop.
The 8 of spades right in the door.
3 8s for Harrison.
Good flop for you. Good flop for you.
I don't want a 7-9. That'd be brutal.
Definitely hitting shit. So sick. Definitely an ace coming.
Turns to 7 of clubs.
Had to be a sweat.
That'd be a sweat.
I know.
Zamani wins